We had an 8-man tag. It was Swerve In Our Glory and the Guns, aka the Ass Boys, taking on your AEW Tag Team Champions, the Acclaimed, with the team that has all the other belts, FTR. And man, we got right to it. Before the match even started, Billy Gunn said, "Hey, I remember what Swerve did to me." Sprinted down there like he was in a track meet. Double leg Swerve, starts taking it to him, 5 across his lip, and then he gets kicked out. I like that aspect because it makes sense that if someone kidnaps you and then at a future date, you both will be in the same building, you will want to fight that person. The other thing I liked about this 8-man tag is a lot of the stories meshing and kind of bumping into each other. Swerve In Our Glory comes out. It's always Swerve first, then Keith Lee second. For as long as I can remember that this tag team's been a tag team, Swerve comes out first, Keith Lee comes out, they do a little fist bump, and then they walk to the ring. They did not do that this time. Thought that was interesting, maybe causing still some bigger rifts between Swerve and Keith Lee. Who knows? Maybe Keith Lee cedes to the dark side and joins Swerve as a heel. Could see that. But then they're bumping into the Gunn Club, who also wanted to be the champs, but kind of want to go after FTR. But the biggest one was after they cleared the ring, FTR and the Acclaim looking at each other saying, we're going to eventually do this, right? And that was interesting that they were able to coexist during this matchup, ends up picking up the victory, but also has that tension. We're still a week away from Full Gear. It is advertised Swerve In Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. Do you think we still get that matchup? I kind of still maybe don't think so. And 2, what do you think about FTR, the Acclaimed? Do you want to see that matchup?
I'm not too bought in on who's going to win these tag team championships out of this whole story. I'm more focused in on what is going to happen with Swerve and Keith Lee, right? It's kind of taken that on, and FTR feels really out of place, and so does the Acclaimed outside of their kind of the setting for this to take place between Keith Lee and Swerve. So yeah, I'm just kind of left with a little bit of apathy other than for the Swerve and Keith Lee aspect.
I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, I kept thinking that we're going to see Swerve break up and then FTR would say, hey, if there's an opportunity, we'll take it. December 10th, I believe it is. We will have a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So I think we'll still keep this matchup of Swerve In Our Glory versus the Acclaim for Full Gear. And then I think we're going to see the Ass Boys taking on FTR for the Ring of Honor championships. Now, what happens there, we'll see when it happens. But I don't know, in the rich tradition of AEW tag teams where they've had Young Bucks and FTR and Best Friends and Santana and Ortiz, all these Lucha Bros, all of this stuff, that a three-peat between Swerve In Our Glory and the Acclaimed is the pinnacle for AEW tag team wrestling. That's why I kept thinking there was going to be a switch here, but maybe I'm jumping the gun.